Dave, I know we've talked a lot about just Tyler Glasnow being the ace of this team, but when you see him go deep, get into the seventh, get through seven, just how valuable is that, especially coming off of a young player who just now has had a big injury?
It was huge for us, huge for Tyler. I'm not sure the last time he got through seven. I thought his last one, the stuff was better than today, but I just felt that today he was in complete control, kept his poise, continued to make pitches, and was efficient through seven. And even Bay getting a couple knocks off him and having to that was going to be his last hitter, and so to punch him out on that last breaking ball was huge. Seven complete, and as it turns out, we need every bit of it. But for a top end guy, we needed that from Tyler, and then something to build on.
How confident are you when Teo comes up in those kind of spots right now?
Very confident, and runs batted in means something. That's the name of the game. Pitchers pitch you differently. Hitters respond differently when it gets hot. Runners in scoring position, and Teo's heartbeat doesn't rise, and it just looks like he embraces being in those spots. He shortens up his swing, makes contact, and that's why he's driven in close to 80 runs already. So it's hard to find a guy that you want in that spot more than Teo.
Dave, obviously Arizona and San Diego have been kind of cutting into your lead here in recent weeks. The fact that you guys were able to respond here with a sweep, what does that kind of tell you? How encouraging of sign is that?
Well, I mean, it speaks to the parity in baseball, specifically the National League, which is a good thing for baseball fans. It speaks to there's no gimmies. It's hard to win a Major League Baseball game. The teams in our division are fighting tooth and nail. They're very good ball clubs, and we still control our own fate. And the thing is for us, is just to continue to try to play good baseball. And albeit we won 3 this series, but you peel back the curtain and situations we weren't good. And for us to make it a game today shouldn't happen. And those are things that if we want to continue to play for a championship, we have to get better at that. And our guys are aware of that, and now it's up to them to continue to be better in those spots.
In recent years, we've kind of been used to watching you guys just kind of run away with the division. Obviously, in your first few years, though, right, you guys are involved in a couple of close races. Do you see any, right, where you guys were able to win the division, do you see any commonalities between the team now and maybe some of those early teams?
Yeah, I think the collective mindset to come together each day to win a baseball game remains the same, and that's a superpower. Guys don't get ahead of themselves. They play for each other. They're tough. And now I just think that we have to mind the little things. There's little things, even in this game today, that could have impacted the result. And so ultimately we won 3, but these are things that, when you face different pitching in the, later in the game or in the season and postseason, everything is more magnified. So we've got to tighten some things up, but I do like the kind of the mentality of this group, and the athleticism, the buy-in is all there, and the talent, of course.
I know in recent years there's been some concern over the last couple of years, right, where you guys won by a lot, kind of going into the playoffs, how to kind of generate that sense of urgency and stuff. I mean, I would imagine obviously you'd rather have a big lead and kind of cruise in, but given the circumstance, can this be beneficial? I
think so, and I think in the vein of, things get overlooked and can be overlooked when you have a big lead. But when you're in a tight race, everything is important. And that kind of highlights things that you might not be as good at or you need to get better at. And so this is where we're at. And so we all need to be, hypercritical of performance. And this is, as far as the pennant race, this is a result of it. And to your point, it's going to make us better.
Has Kiké been a whole different player since he started wearing glasses?
Yes, he has. He it's funny is that, he wasn't seeing spin, and we were trying to figure out what it was, and then he went to the eye doctor, and there was a discrepancy, and I think it was his right eye. And so once he's put the glasses on, he's seeing it a lot better, and it actually coincides with him, in my opinion, swinging the bat better, controlling the strike zone better, making better swing decisions, and you're never gonna question the heartbeat, the want to be the guy, but he was kind of, just not in a position to really see the baseball. Much better now.
How much has his play the last month kind of helped, especially kind of being able to lock down third with Muncie out?
It's been huge. He's a dependable player. He's a baseball player, and then now I see him grinding versus right-handed pitching, and he's not just giving way in those spots, and he's fighting, he's spoiling pitches, and he's coming with big hits. So he's capable of that, and it is more taxing, I think, on him mentally, but we need it, and the defense has been very consistent. And so, when Muntz gets back here, he gets back here, but I just know we wouldn't be in this position if it weren't for Kiké.
Your next 20 games are all against teams with winning records, includes Milwaukee, Baltimore. Just given what you said about the team maybe not playing as clean a baseball as you like, going into this really difficult stretch, how do you kind of size everything up and assess it all?
Looking forward to it. I think that we're getting some guys back to health. We're going to play in a lot of close ball games to the point of the teams that we're playing against are playing for their lives as well. And so we've got to play good baseball. And if we do that, I really like our chances, and it makes life a lot easier on everyone.
Did you get an update on Ryan?
Yeah, it was a UCL strain. And so I don't know which grade it is. It's just, all I know is that this is going to be the season, like I said earlier, but it's a UCL strain.
With the strain, do you need to have surgery, or that's only for?
That, I don't know. I think that they're going to continue to kind of assess that. But yeah, so for me, I just know he's not going to be with us. And as far as on the medical side going forward, I'm not sure.
Dave, Schwarzer have some struggles on when runners in scoring position. Any concerns?
I think he's missing some pitches with runners in scoring position. I think I got to see the film, but it seems like a little bit he's getting too big with his swing. To drive in a run, there are certain times you just need a fly ball, and we don't need a home run. So I think that right now, when he's getting pitches that he should hit and move forward, and he's fouling them off or missing, that tells me that there's a little bit too much effort in the swing. So we'll look at it, but because we're going to need him to drive in runs.
Is that puzzling to you that it's still like that at this point in the year? I mean, it seems like most of his home runs, right? A lot of them come with like a bases empty and stuff.
Yeah, I think that there's just a great teammate in there that he wants to do the right thing and pick up his teammates and drive runs in. So we'll keep digging in on it, but there's going to be guys. That's a good thing. Shohei hitting guys on base, and so I'll still bet on him, but I do want to see that swing a little bit shorter when it needs to be. Thanks, guys. Yeah.